Hi guys, this is Mr. Pitcher, and today for our first Wednesday e-learning, we are going to be doing a note identification exercise on musictheory.net. So I have this linked up through the assignments tab on Canvas. Let me show you real quick. So I've got the beginning of the year forms, and then any Wednesday stuff we do for course 4 is going to be right here. E-learning 8/19/20, note identification. So I click on that, and what we're essentially trying to go for is a score of 90% on this exercise. And I'm going to kind of walk through with you and how to, let's see, what am I trying to say? I'm going to walk through and show you what to do as well as how to turn that in. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the bass clef and tenor clef one. This is for cellos and basses, and as you might see, we have multiple clefs to read. So I'm assuming all of you are pretty comfortable with reading your own clef, but for violas, you sometimes go into treble clef in your extended range. I want to get you more familiar there. And then violins, while you don't go into any other clefs generally, I just put some really high notes in yours. So you're going to have to do some thinking on the high register here. So I'm going to go in through cello bass here. And you can see it says challenge mode. I'm going to start the challenge. And it gives me, I've got my question counter as well as my percentage right here. So starting off, I've got my bass clef and some guides here. This might be helpful to you to get started. But so center line D, and then there's the sharp, so I've got my accidental D sharp. Makes a sound, gives me D natural, and so I'll walk through this with you. Aha, so here's my first tenor clef one. So you gotta watch for the clef change, and then with tenor clef, for cellos and basses, where these lines converge, that's where your middle C is gonna be. So that's for cellos, second finger C on the A string. For basses, that's your first finger first finger on the G string in third position. So there's my C. So top line's E, and then I have a note above that, which it doesn't give me the line for, or it doesn't give me that note, so I have to count from there. So E, one above E is F, natural. Alright, so I'm back to bass clef, and I'm way up here, so I've got, let's see, here's A, C, E, F, flat, which is the same thing as E natural, really. So I'm going to show you what happens when I get this one wrong. So I'm just going to pick, I don't know, A sharp. It went red. Didn't make a sound. Shows me I have 4 out of 5, 80%. So again, we're shooting for that 90. So this is going down G. Then there's, let me think, E, and then C sharp. So it might be a little out of bass range, but cellos certainly have that. Back to tenor clef. D flat. And time is not important, especially when you're switching between the clefs. You take as much time as you need to figure these out. But I want to get you some practice in reading these other clefs. So we have B sharp. We have D sharp. We have, same space, but G sharp. F natural. G sharp. A sharp. C. F flat again. F sharp. This is way up there. Okay, tenor clef hat, let's see, E, G, B, C flat. Again, even as a music teacher, like if I have to count up through those, you know, I'm expecting you to have to pick through them a little bit, but that's fine. Take your time with it. E, G, B sharp. Okay. I still count lines and spaces. E, G, B, C flat. Boom. And then one more, so I have to get 20 right. Hey, an easy one, C natural. Cool. So it shows me my high score, 20 out of 21, 95%, that's a passing grade, 2 minutes, 40 seconds, can take you however much time it takes you. You're gonna go to view report. And then from there, it gives you all your stats, and then these are the settings I customized to make the quiz do what it needs to do. I have to sign my name. So full first and last name, sign your report, and it gives you this code. Ignore that, hit copy link, and then where you go from there is you go to eLearning, and then if I were in student view, there'd be the turn in button and you have to submit a URL. So I copy the link and it copies a URL that a URL like up top that you paste in there, and from my side, once you turn that in, that shows me this exact page. And so I can see your score, I can see your name, and then I can count your points there. So yeah, if you have any questions, I believe we have some sort of an online class tomorrow, even though we are not meeting for the full time. Honestly, I need to figure out that schedule still, but I know the middle school has every class that's meeting, so we might have every class that's meeting. So we may or may not have a Zoom. Again, I probably sound pretty silly right now, not knowing my own schedule, but we're all learning. So let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I will see you very soon. Thanks, guys.